pies all
Nope,
day.
just
but
the
some
beginning.
100 years ago decided she wanted equal rights, so now we gotta go die for Raytheon. Fuck you.
And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission.
We need cameras.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. I know why you did it. I know you were afraid. Who wouldn't be? War, terror, disease. There were a myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic you turned to the now High Chancellor Adam Sutler. He promised you order, he promised you peace, and all he demanded in return was your silent, obedient consent.
My grandpop was named Ambrose Finnegan. At kitchen table I learned. I used to say, Joey, nobody's better than you, but you're no better than anybody else. Maybe it's the Scranton in me. I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. Worried about whether they can make next month's mortgage payment. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is. He is who he is. You know, remember when he went on, he decided he was going to convince Bob Woodward what a smart guy he was. So he went on, yeah, smart guy. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Folks, true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Donald Trump thinks health care. Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys. I gotta admit, this is all within our power. This is all within our power. But we're getting there, man. Hang on. Hang on. To send every single person qualified to community college free. To community college free. And if I keep going, you're going to freeze your fingers off. It wasn't. Donald Trump hasn't delivered on a damn thing he said he'd do. True international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China.
Yeah, I got this content blocked worldwide. Worldwide. Right? Like, all over flat earth. From True TV on YouTube. I guess it ain't true. Oh, but I got this from TikTok. You can see the screenshots. Yeah, I got it from TikTok. And yet, I don't understand. Like, if I could get from TikTok, how am I not allowed to post it on YouTube? So we need to make a new YouTube alternative like MeTube. Or something like that. Or MyTube. Yeah. Like combination of MySpace and YouTube. Yeah. But, I mean, serious. Like, something's going to have to happen sooner or later. And someone ain't going to like it. Mostly the clone alien hybrids. Because already you see this right here. Like, this is a zombie apocalypse going to take place. I already see the darkened eyes. Yeah, the eyes. One of the eye sockets especially. So I got one like on the video right before it got blocked worldwide. YouTube seemed to be a little sluggish. But anyway, don't worry. I'm going to have this video posted. World's most banned video of all time, part 5. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I get another trophy for trying again, right? Think about it. True TV. You got no whites. We don't got no whites, right? Until their system is destroyed thoroughly. And a lot of them march to tribunals and get a lot of people throwing their GMO crop right in their face, or not in the face, but at them. Yeah, that would be stress relief right there for a lot of people. But it'll be more satisfying when they get choked to death, and maybe even during that process, how they get choked to death, their head get cut off while they stand. That'd be very satisfying, right? Of course, all had to go through a thorough process, but clearly the plebeians and other races seem to not want to go about this because they probably got their hands into too many pots. When I mean pots, I mean vessels. When I mean vessels, I mean human form DNA. When I mean human form DNA, I'm talking about trying to get the 5 special genes that we humans have.
He did it, and he'll never admit it.
I'm a New Yorker, born and bred. I am a fighter. And my instinct is to fight through this controversy. Because I truly believe it is politically motivated. I believe it is unfair, and it is untruthful. I believe it demonizes behavior that is unsustainable for...
Oh man.
You know me. I am a New Yorker, born and bred. I am a fighter. And my instinct is to fight through this controversy. Because I truly believe it is politically motivated. I believe it is unfair and it is untruthful. And I believe it demonizes behavior that is unsustainable for society. If I could communicate the facts through the frenzy, New Yorkers would understand. I believe that. But when I took my oath as governor, then it changed. I became a fighter, but I became a fighter for you. And it is your best interest that I must serve. This situation, by its current trajectory, will generate months of political and legal controversy. That is what is going to happen. That is how the political wind is blowing. It will consume government. It will cost taxpayers millions of dollars. It will brutalize people. The State Assembly yesterday outlined weeks of process that will then lead to months of litigation. Time and money that government should spend managing COVID, guarding against the Delta variant.
I'm going to stop it right there. Dude, the hypocrisy at play. Dude, what the hell, boy? You done. You're toast. About goddamn time, it swears. May God damn you to hell, bastard. Jeez. Enough is enough. Sounds like, some politics, or maybe it wasn't politically motivated. It was actually what it was. Ever thought of that? No one admits to that.
Highly skilled engineers to land a fly on somebody's head. We typically get hired to land a fly on high-profile political candidates during live events that are being broadcast to a large audience. You might have seen our work in 2016 when we landed a fly right on Hillary Clinton's eyebrows, or more recently during the vice presidential debate when we landed a fly on Mike Pence's head, and it sat there for about 2 minutes. The objective is usually to distract the viewer from what the candidate is saying, and more importantly, distract the media from reporting about what the candidate is saying and focus more on the fly itself. And let's face it, nobody remembers what Mike Pence said during those 2 minutes our fly was sitting on his head. We design and engineer all of our models in-house. Our first prototype was used in 2009 to land on President Obama's face. Unfortunately, he was able to smack it down and completely destroy our prototype, which was unfortunate because it was really expensive. But we plan to debut our next generation of flies in the upcoming and final presidential debate. That particular model is able to drop a tiny little poop on the candidate's head. So we're really excited about that.
Evolution
Yo,
is a
better get your
revolution.
shit straight.
But what is he?
Like, we know what's going on. We all know what's going on. Build back better. Biden. Huh. Look at that. Three threes in the text. United to, text united to 33, 30. Like, what the hell? We all know what threes mean, right? When there's a lot of threes. But anyways, get this.
It isn't just about police reform. It's about dealing with the deep wound of systemic racism in this nation.
People think that stuttering is natural. Like, I have been criticized so much. It's not even freaking funny. Oh, it's some, what, huh? Some lisp? What? But no one criticizes him on his stuttering.
Reptilian Bella Porsche in her new video. I've been telling all of you she's a shape-shifting reptilian. Let's take a look. Look at those lizard eyes. It's shedding season, Bella Porsche. Oh yeah, build a bitch.
Someone recently asked me what I identify as. I sat there and I thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that I identify as a threat.
Better get your hybrids out of the libraries and schools ASAP, or huge bad example.
Has been reading to children at a Houston Public Library as part of its Drag Queen Story Out.
This was brought to our attention by a group who's been trying to put an end to the program. A media spokesperson for the library confirms one of those drag queens, Tatiana Malanina, is really Alberto Garza, a child sex offender. In 2008, he was convicted of assaulting an 8-year-old boy.
Most parents would not allow that individual to sit in this library, sashay in, and be held up as a role model to our children. Shame on you, Mayor Turner.
In 1986, the shuttle Challenger exploded about 74 seconds after takeoff, killing all 7 astronauts inside. Or did it? It turns out that 6 of the 7 are still alive and kicking today. Ellison Onizuka claims to be his identical twin brother, Claude. Yeah, I've got an identical twin brother, Claude, too. The Challenger pilot, Mickey Smith, hasn't even bothered changing his name. He's now Professor Michael J. Smith of University of Wisconsin. Now, Krista McAuliffe was a bit of a sneaky one. She was the Challenger payload specialist, quite famous for being a teacher. It turns out during her astronaut days she was using her middle name, Krista, and now she goes by her first name, Sharon, and she's a Syracuse law professor. The Challenger commander, Francis Richard Scobie, is now Dick Scobie, which sounds like a rather unpleasant disease, CEO of Cows and Trees Limited. Judith Resnick, the Challenger Mission Specialist, again hasn't even bothered changing her name. She's a professor at Yale Law. And finally, Ronald McNair, another Challenger Mission Specialist, claims to be his identical twin brother, Carl McNair. What are the odds?
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Satellites aren't real. Mars images aren't real. What next?
Monstrosity is staring me in the face like, why is that covered in snow? I look into Ireland and some other areas around it, Iceland. Ireland gets snow only once a year, 1 day a year. So I keep digging a little bit deeper, and I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I say, oh, images, what are they? Well, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. Only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they pay somebody $150,000 a year to put on there. But those mountains, those rocks, definitely exactly like we see on Mars. So I said, I wonder what they're doing out here. What is all this equipment for? I'm sure it can't be NASA, right? Whose orange Hummer is this? Okay, that looks like a NASA symbol. Well, let's dig a little further because I can't really see anything on here other than it certainly looks like a NASA symbol. And I can't read that. Tried. So this one here said roving the Arctic. So what is that? Doesn't make any sense. I'll pop in here. See if we can find anything. Again, same kind of mountains. That looks like the same kind of water I've seen before that I thought was water on Mars. Who knows? Zoom in, what's that? Oh, nothing. Just looked like it was funny. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the... Yeah. So. I think I found out where Mars is, guys. It's just about 1,000 miles north of me. Not quite the distance that NASA says. But I can't find anybody who's in charge of this. They must be hiding behind these rocks. Oh no, there they are out in front of everybody. Just standing there. Lovely. Clown number 1, clown number 2, and clown number 3. Yeah, this is very empty here. Oh, there's one of those ATVs. Alright, now we're on something. Oh, I got another truck. Oh yeah, it says NASA. What's that say? Mars Project?
Streets assisting police in locking down 2 million residents in COVID hotspot suburbs. The Police Commissioner calling the Prime Minister for help after Sydney's worst single day since the pandemic began.
At Liverpool train station, police make their presence felt. Thousands more officers deployed in the southwest, in Campbelltown and in Bankstown. A new COVID crackdown.
We are seeing non-compliance at a level that's impacting on the virus.
The Commissioner enlisting the Army for support.
If we had to use them, absolutely I would call out.
Formally requesting 300 troops late this afternoon. In Melbourne, they were used at checkpoints, patrolled streets and door-knocked homes.
They assisted with compliance. They actually provided confidence.
The reaction on the front line.
I don't know if it's necessary, but I don't know. Can't hurt, I guess.
What for the army? Me no working. I have 4 kids. No money and no honey.
Is an investigation into those actions and activities which may have resulted in the events of January 6th, and also whether or not there was collaboration between those members, their staff, and these terrorists.
Don't let your lying eyes deceive you.
Unvaccinated sperm, I think that shit will be worth more than gold. I believe
men with unvaccinated sperm are either going to have a lot of fun or not so much fun because they're going to be like,
it's over 9,000!
Cow or something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so bad. I'm sorry. I do believe that men with unvaccinated sperm will definitely become cum cows.
When the theater play and conduit, so on and so forth, and the jabbing and the depopulation through the alien Illuminati dark cabal entities, we'll find out who's who, what's what size, shape, and color. We'll find out everything at the end of the day. We see who is human.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
It's all animation and games until one comes crashing down on your squad. Many crashed satellites have been reported the world over, and the one thing they all have in common is giant helium balloons attached to them. Of course, satellite technology is real. We get our weather information, communication equipment, and even some internet service from them. Look up Google Loon, for example. It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could, it's that they don't physically exist, nor does the globe. They have been sending these up one at a time since it all began. I will allow them to explain it.
He got a patent on that in 1950, and those early balloons were so large they didn't have any way to launch them, except they actually launched them from aircraft carriers.
Modern scientific ballooning was born.
Okay, watch the pair of scissors really close.
Not too much or the food will fly everywhere. So imagine trying to mix other food in with this when the package is already this full. It really just...
And bam, they just disappeared.
Really just, it's not possible. And you can't really hold 2 of these or 3 of these at once. So you kind of just need to eat one and then eat another.
Now I want you to focus on the pair of scissors in the upper right corner. Watch how many times they change position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All your food can be...
Now that, my friends, is 10 different clips edited together to make look like one clip that's being filmed live from the ISS. They are lying to you. You've just seen it with your own eyes. This is being filmed in a Hollywood studio with a green screen in the background.
Here's our flat Earth with our magnetic center. This is the shoreline that we call Antarctica that surrounds our world. And here's my boat. I put my boat down and immediately the compass points north. If I want to circumnavigate, I want to head west or east, but we're going to go west right now. So I'm heading west, and as you see, west keeps turning. So I have to keep going, and this is how, when you go west, you end up going all the way back to where you started from. Same thing for east. to go east. I keep having to turn because my compass keeps making me turn to go east. If I want to go dead reckon west, so this would be dead reckoning west. If you watch the compass, I'm no longer going west, I'm going south. Any straight line on the flat earth will eventually become south. And that is how you circumnavigate on a flat earth. Nobody can circumnavigate south, because when you go south, you keep on going. You go north, and as I pass North Pole, I'm now going south, even though I'm going in the same straight line.